about it. I'm cool.
Got you. Kind of on the same token, you know, cause I was talking to my stepdad. My dad came in for my daughter's birthday, so you know, I spoke about the saga. We hashed out our disconnect by certain things, whatever. So I feel that also brings the idea of like, you know, we often talk about daddy issues with women, but I think an unspoken thing that goes on is the daddy issues of men.
Absolutely.
That probably leads to like the shit like this going on.
The funny thing about having daddy issues as a man is that most of the time, as men, we don't even realize that it's daddy issues, right? You'll hear somebody say it, and a woman will say it to you in a slur. You got daddy issues too, and as a defense mechanism to us talking about their daddy issues. But our daddy issues look a little different, and I'll tell you in what it looks like, right? Most of the time, it identifies as us seeking validation from older men, and it's like, it's always kind of trying to fill that void, whether it's a big brother or trying to have like that male mentor or just like any male figure. You always want them to give you that attaboy. And another thing what it does is it makes us overcompensate out of fear, because when you're young, you got to think, when you incapable of defending yourself against stronger men, you want to be protected as well. And not having that dad there to protect you both by giving you guidance and mentorship, because a dad, physical protection turns to wisdom really fast. It goes to, I can't fight your battles in your teenage years. Like literally my step pop from the rip, we 12, we lining up with the whole park. Y'all not about to jump them, but y'all not about to run. So we fighting 7, 8 people. And that male figure gave me that. But I also really realized when I had a conversation with my dad, I'm like, damn, I remember being in my early 20s. And just, you want that sense of like that man that you know going to do whatever to make sure you cool, not even financially, but just from a protection standpoint. So you kind of seek that in other men, essentially, like damn, like I want to feel like you validate me, or you are reassuring me, or you got my back. And it don't really happen at the friend level. It happened typically from a mentor level, where it's like we always seeking that. Think about it. Do you have any mentors? Well, no. Because you and your dad, you kind of had your dad.
I definitely had my dad.
Yeah, so you had your dad and your stepdad. I had my stepdad, but you know, even so, I realized I'm like, my stepdad was my dad, right. So that filled that void. But I could see in pockets of my life where
disconnect.
Yeah, I would want that sense of like that validity from that, and it's never like in a seeking way where it's like you doing shit to get validated. It's just when you do it, you want to feel like, you know, damn, like I made this older person proud of me, because you never got that I'm proud of you from your dad. And then the other part about it is just never being able to see that example of his fuck ups. You get deprived of that. So it's like now as a man, you don't know how to fuck up as a man, because you never saw the example of what it's like to fuck up and then recover. Right. Because you don't have that figure. So this where the mentorship come in, that you start to seek the men that have experience to give you that wisdom and that game and that guidance that you never got from your dad. And then you ridicule yourself in a way that's not quantifiable or measurable, because you don't have nothing to measure it against. But when you can measure yourself to your dad, or I'm trying to do better than my dad, or I'm trying to get to where my dad at, or I'm not trying to end up like my dad, it gives you something measurable and tangible to be like, you know what, this is the path I'm gonna take. But when you don't have that example at all, you just kind of winging it and hoping that people got your best interests at heart and going to guide you. And in most cases, when you're a young man, you get taken advantage of by older men that don't got the right intentions. When I say that, I'm talking about from this is how you end up a crash out. This is how you end up committing certain fucking acts and doing certain things, like, you know, on the street side of things, where it's like, because you taking guidance from a motherfucker that don't really got your best interest at heart, but you want that. You want that guidance. You want that validation. You're like, this is my old head. This is my big bro. You'll think that a motherfucker buy you all the shit that's sending you down the wrong path. You think this your old head, but the motherfucker that's telling you all the right shit to do, you think he a fucking lame, and you can't really rock with him. And that all come from just wanting to feel validated in a sense, because that person gonna validate you. Yeah, because you know they're going, whatever they label you, that's what you are. And you gonna carry that title with pride. And if they labeling you a YN that's on some shit, that's how you gonna move, because you want that validation. But when you got your dad there, he cut that. You're not about to be out here on no dickhead shit. You're not about to be doing this, and you start to seek his validation, and his validation can guide you down the right path. This is why I'm not the guy that I would never tell, even with my nephews and whatever, the younger men in my family, my little cousins, I don't validate bullshit. I understand it, but I only validate the shit that's like respectable. Like when they do something fair, like handling their responsibilities, like go get an apartment, go get a new car. I'm gonna validate that because I want you to know, like, if you want my approval, I'm only respecting this. You a man, you want to be respected. This is what I respect. I'm not respecting you because you're moving like that. I ain't saying that it ain't gonna be times where you gotta, defend yourself or handle yourself a certain way. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not about to sit here and validate you doing bullshit. But if it's a motherfucker that don't give a fuck about you, he is gonna validate the bullshit. And because we don't have that male presence to combat it with, or that measurable example, we think that this is what it should look like. And a lot of people just look up to role models that shouldn't be their role model because they didn't have one.
First thought is, you ever seen The Bronx Tale?
Yeah, but I'm lost on that.
Yeah. Great classic movie. And see, I suggest everybody watch the movie because it's about, a kid who dad was just a bus driver, regular, 9-to-5 guy.
Yeah, I remember. He started getting involved with the mob.
Yeah, and his OG was, the big boss of the neighborhood, whatever.
Yeah.
But the dope thing, so the typical thing on the face is like, he gonna be the crash out with him. Yeah. Your dad is lame. Of course, you're going to gravitate towards him. But by the end of it, the big he was thorough the whole time, of course. Yeah. But the big homie actually wasn't as, he actually did want the best for him. He was just, a nuanced person where I'm doing what I'm doing, but you ain't but to follow this path.
Yeah, you do have that too, for sure.
Yeah.
So that's when they give a fuck about you.
Right. So that was just a dope at the end of the day, but you understand the dad's position where it's like, as a man, as a person want to protect you, I see, because you may not have the maturity to not follow him.
Yeah.
He would say, no, don't follow me. But 9 times out of 10,
you might get influenced.
Exactly. Just
look up to you.
Exactly. So that's what the dad's trying to use the foresight to be like. But at the same time, you better step to that nigga, and because that's what come with that. So I think
you gotta protect your young.
Exactly.
So like your dad putting himself in a predicament to make sure that you're cool. And when you don't have that, what I was gonna say about us overcompensating, that's when we resort to aggression faster. And if you feel inadequate from a physical standpoint, you're gonna find other means and measures to be able to protect yourself, and that's why it's happening younger and faster because of that lack of male presence. But when you got a man to teach you responsibilities, to teach you discipline, to teach you why, right? Because like I always say, a woman could take care of a man but can't raise a man, and women understand it. Girls get mad. Women understand it's like, when it come down to it, you could tell him what you seen men do, but you cannot explain to him why a man has to go through these things. And as a nurturer, it's certain things that you're not going to be able to withstand your son going through. It's just what it is. Like my mom wouldn't have been able to see us fighting, coming out bloody, busted mouth, busted lips. Now, granted, my mom was a little different. She was go out there and fuck something up. But it's certain things, even when it used to come down to us getting punished a certain way, she would always try to sever it a little bit to make it less. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, no, that's not going to make us men. So having a male to be able to teach you how to be a man, that's why if you don't have if a mom is a single mom with kids, I say get them around male figures, get them sports, find them a mentor fast that really care about them so they could guide them into manhood. Because a boy don't become a man. This is why we got a lot of grown boys out here. You got to be taught how to be a man. So having those male examples give you a barometer as a man. And then having their wisdom gives you the ability to be able to lean on it when you need it. Like, all right, I've been in this predicament before. I could teach you how to go around it. Or if it's something that they didn't have, that I at least got your back. And I think that as men, that's the part that women got that community, but men, we need that village of like, just knowing that my homies got my back. My dad got my back. This person got my back. Like, I don't need you to go out in the ring. I guess like being in the ring. I don't need you to get in the ring for me. I just need you in a corner when I come back for you to tell me when I ain't see. Yo, look, keep your head up. Look, slip that. He keep throwing the same. That guidance. And that's what men need more than anything. Men don't need you to solve their problem. It be guidance. And that's why as men, where we at and where we stand, that's why we give so much guidance, because it's like, understanding that if you was in a fight and you know that you got to fight your own battles, we men, nobody can solve your problems. This is why a woman can't come in and make a man's life easier. You got to learn how to get in a ring and handle it, but having a corner to go back to get that insight, that knowledge on what you're not seeing helps you put together a better fight or whatever case may be in order for you to be able to come out victorious. But not having nobody in your corner and you just going out there and you now say, when you boxing, I don't know if you have a spar, you get hit. Sometimes you lose your composure.
Absolutely.
And now you just throwing shit. Now everything is 7 and 8. Like all 3s, 4s, 7, 8s, everything is a wow. There's no 1-2s. You're not setting them up with the jab. You just going in there and doing whatever versus actually allowing the fight to come to you. But when you got somebody to be like, yo, relax.
Calm yourself down.
Calm yourself down. You got this. I got you. You feel a little bit more confident. And it's when we have our male figures in our life, whether it be fathers, uncles, older brothers, it gives us that confidence. And that's why you always see men who have men in their life confident amongst men. They're not insecure. They're not comparative. They don't naturally possess. I ain't saying no man, but it's like in large part they're not naturally walking around jealous. I ain't gonna say it ain't probably envy every now and again because they two sides of the same coin. But it's not jealousy, which is like more on the other side of things. It's like, no, they just be on the tip like, yo, that motherfucker smarter than me. That motherfucker better than me, but I'm gonna get better. I'm the best at what I can do. And they confident, and it's because you already know your big brother was stronger than you. You already know your dad was stronger than you. So you already had that component to be able to work through to know that how can I get this motherfucker? You playing a game with your older brother, how the fuck can I beat this person? You know what I mean? At one point you want to get over on your dad, how can I? And you have that dynamic to go off versus you being around women who's gonna coddle you, stroke your ego. Oh, you so handsome. You gonna get so many girls when you get older. Like, and you just getting spoiled. Then you get around men and they treating you like men. You feel like it's personal. Like, nah, nigga, you just never had that male energy around you. And it's never too late, bro. Like, let go of them ways and get around men and be okay with that. But like I said, the land on the validation thing and the daddy issues, it's just like, we overcompensate in so many ways. Like, that's why, and it's just because we don't know when you don't know how to be a man because you never was taught by a man, you just kind of be winging it and you trying to seek what man gonna show you that, and you got to just hope and with good faith that you run into men that leading you with good intentions versus the ones that's going to steer you astray.
Yeah, and a few thoughts about that. To the fight part, the great thing about fighting is no matter how strong you are, no matter how hard you hit, or how fast you are, when you get hit, and you like that shit, like it's like because boxing, fighting, and life, enduring shit, all that shit is mental. It don't matter how much work you put into anything. If your mental not strong, if you can't endure some shit, all that shit go right out the window. 100%. So I think that's the great thing that boxing teach you, and just going through shit and wisdom. It's like, like you gotta get your mind together and your emotions together to be able to withstand manhood, obstacles, tribulations, all that type of shit, whatever.
Yeah. I always say life is a 12-round fight. Like every year is a 12-round fight. Every month. It's 12 months in a year. Every month gonna be different. And it's a fight. So you gotta figure out how you can go all 12 rounds without getting knocked the fuck out by your bills, getting knocked the fuck out by stress and worry, getting knocked the fuck out by debt, all these different things. Not giving up. Right? So if you look at that round by round, you might like, damn, round 2, I fell behind a little bit, but I still got 10 more rounds to catch up to go the leaders fight in a winnable predicament versus me just getting my ass, but you get knocked down and you just stay down, motherfucker down for 6 months. You didn't let 6 rounds pass and you never got back on your feet. So the ref didn't counted you out multiple times and you wondering why everybody left the fight. You ain't even participating no more. You want somebody to sit through that? Nobody gonna sit through you being in a slump. Motherfuckers gonna encourage you. Get the fuck up. You got this. Do this. And if you take it round by round, which is month by month, you'll realize that you ain't got to get it all back in one round. Like, you don't got to catch up. You get knocked down in the first round. You don't got to try to come out swinging and try to get a knockout the second round. You just got to walk the fight down. Yeah. You walk it down by round 9. If you win all 8 of them rounds, whether you kind of just controlling the pace of the fight,
10-9.
It don't matter. Bunch of 10-9. The scorecards start to swing in your favor before you know about the end of it is unanimous. And understanding that life is going to hit you. Life is going to sucker punch the shit out you. Life loves to do it. Like, it's not like one of them things where life just sitting back like, no, life is looking for a shot.
Throw your hands up.
life is looking for a shot to knock you the fuck out. And by knocking you out, I'm talking about in terms of like finances, like you running into your car went down, you lost your girl or your man, or
job.
Like, this is for the men specifically. So you lost your girl, you lost your job, your kid's not speaking to you. These are all blows that can knock you the fuck, hit you in the shit, damn, I'm down. And you gotta be the one that gets yourself back up. And that's when your faith come into play, and it's like, yo, you know what? I got this shit. I can walk this shit the fuck down. There's no situation that I can't overcome. But the fight is over the moment you stop thinking like that. The moment you start feeling like you got knocked the fuck out and life won that round, and you ain't fighting back, then you gonna end up finding yourself down the line and you ain't did shit to get back up, and you just fucked up out here. No, take that shit one run at a time.